Always fun game.
I love that the young players are shutting up everyone. How many times have you heard on this station, on any station, from fans, from your friends in a group thread, the young guys are holding back the old guys? We've heard it like 3 years straight, and it kind of drives me crazy every time I hear it. And now you're seeing, to me, the young guys have been the fountain of youth for the old guys.
You know, we'll take a lot of heat for Trey Lance on this show.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
We'll take a lot of heat. That's fine.
I'll get Ned Stark.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll take the heat for Trey Lance. But you going to come around and give us credit for Jonathan Kuminga?
Speaking of Trey Lance, did you see the Brandon Ayuk thing?
Oh, I sent it to the thread. Before we go to this live,
You want to have to say it.
Oh, I do have to say it. You got to let me say this. But we're not going to get credit for Kuminga, though. I know that. We've been the biggest Kuminga fans out there. Listen. Courtney Goldblatt.
I love the laugh before.
Brandon Ayuk says that he would take quarterback Trey Lance over quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's funny.
Brandon Ayuk said, yeah, give me Trey over Jimmy all day.
Save that for July when I ask you the question of who starts more games this year, Trey or Jimmy.
Oh, I'm rolling with Trey. I haven't given up on Trey. I have not given up on Trey. I still think there's a lot of talent there. But, we'll see. We'll see about that.
I feel so good about the Warriors right now. When I look at what they've put together, and I'm looking at this starting unit, and if you're just waking up right now, big win last night. Steph, Pods, Kuminga, Wiggins, Dre. And this is from Anthony Slater. They played 17 games together, 158 minutes. It's not a big sample size. It's not. But they're a plus 57. And when I look at what they're doing now off the bench, because if that's your starting five, then what are you bringing off the bench? I don't know, CP3 and Klay Thompson?
Well, that's the thing,
GP2?
These starters are getting the lead, and the second unit is building off of that lead.
Absolutely.
So now if the starters go out, and Curry, I watched it. Curry he stayed with, so when Steve Kerr came in with his mass substitution package, it was Klay, CP3, Moody, GP2, and Steph Curry was out there with those four. And they were able to drop that 40 burger on the Milwaukee Bucks. And all of a sudden you got guys rotating in and out, in and out, in and out. The starters are getting off to good starts. And then the second unit's taking it to another level. So when the starters get back in, it's like, make sure we go into the half down up 15 or whatnot. They are closing quarters a lot better than they have all season long. That was the key. Like the New York Knicks game, they didn't close quarters well. Obviously against Washington, you don't close the second quarter well. You don't close the end of the game well. But then the New York Knicks, you're not closing it well. The Toronto Raptors, there's a little turning point there. You go down 3 at the half after a slow start there, a sluggish start where Steve Kerr calls 2 timeouts in the first quarter. He's clapping. Wake up, guys. Wake up after they had a long travel day. Didn't go out there and now score 59-41 in the second half. Yesterday, by far, was one of the best games from start to finish in terms of closing quarter. Even the third quarter, when Milwaukee went on that run, 15-2 run, they closed the third quarter up double digits, and I felt good after that. It's like, all right, cool, you stabilize the game. Because it got down to 6, Shasky. What happens if it gets down to 4, and it gets down to 2, and it gets down to 1, and all of a sudden Lemon Booty is a little bit large there inside the Chase Center. We're thinking, oh, no, here we go again, another blow, 15-point lead. That didn't happen. They're getting better at closing these games in the closing quarters.
Let's talk about where they land right now. When you wake up and you're looking at the Western Conference Finals, Western Conference standings, excuse me. They right now are comfortably in the 9 spot, right? In terms of they really don't have to worry about that 11 spot right now, as long as they kind of hold.
They're done. Yeah, Utah's done.
Right? We would agree.
Utah's done.
So they're in the box, right?
You like that?
They are.
Box.
So no, they'll be in the play. Like at minimum, they're going to be in the play.
So, do you like being in the box?
No, but let's do process.
Don't talk about that.
What's in the box? Let's
the box. That's what we call it all the time on Warriors pre-poll. The box. Juice boxes for everybody. You got the box. You got outside the box. You got the top 6.
I'm more of a
Reap
Capri
what
Sun.
you sow, brother.
I'm a Capri Sun guy. But I look at it right now. It's like Lakers 10, Warriors 9, Mavericks 8, Kings 7. That's your box teams. I'm asking you, and I know that you're more aggressive than maybe I am. You think there's any way they can climb up to that 5 seed? Is that too aggressive? That's a lot of teams to jump. This is not Major League Baseball.
But just stack wins, right? You stack wins. You make sure you get these wins against Dallas. You get them against the Lakers for the tie-breaking purposes. And there's a big game with the Pelicans coming up. A huge game with the Pelicans at Chase Center, which is going to determine the tiebreaker between the two teams. I look at the loss column, Shasky. Can they get the 5? It's possible. They're 3 games behind the Pelicans in the loss column.
So I don't sound absurd saying that out loud.
No, you don't.
I mean, they're going to have to go on a run here. This would be the best run of basketball since the 18-2 start.
Man, I said 17-5. I mean, that's a pretty crazy run, right? After winning 13 of your last 17. Now you 1-0. You won 14 of your last 18 with 21 left to play. The 2 games in the loss column behind Sacramento. Folks, I want you to focus on the loss column. You're up 2 games on the Lakers in the loss column.
Which is great.
Which is great. Great. You want to stay out that 9-10
and
range?
I kind of want to stay out of them in a one-game scenario.
Right. Yep, no doubt.
Personally.
No doubt.
Because the LeBron 3-rim factor.
Yeah, you got the whistles.
I hate you. I hate you.
But no, and also the whistles and everything. You don't get calls in LA. It is what it is. You don't get calls against the Lakers.
No, it's a conspiracy, yeah.
No, it's not a conspiracy. It is what it is.
Ear.
It is what it is with them.
Steph doesn't get calls. The league's out to get him. That was the first call I got today on the pregame show.
I mean, they beat the Bucks by 35 and only made 4 free throws. So we know what it is out here in Golden State Warrior land. We know the whistles aren't going to blow, especially against the LA Lakers. The Lakers get the calls. Nobody else does. It is what it is. We play ball. We don't complain. We don't cry about it. But you're up 2 games on the LA Lakers in the loss column. You're tied with the Mavericks in the loss column with 28 losses. Now, you have 3 games left with the Mavericks starting next Wednesday in Dallas. You've already lost a game to Dallas, so you're going to need to win 2 or 3 against Dallas to at least salvage the season series and tie the season series at 2 games apiece. And then you're 2 games behind Sacramento. Let's see who Sacramento. They have a back-to-back with Dallas at home in Sacramento. So one of those teams is going to lose a game. So you're right in the prime position to at least be 7-8. Now, can you get to the top 6? Can you get to 6?
That feels really aggressive.
Let's see. Phoenix does have a tough schedule. Sacramento does have a. Let me look at Sacramento's schedule. I think their schedule is a little lighter.
They play San Antonio, but it looks like
Wemby's out. Wemby's already rolled out Thursday.
Beating me to the punch.
They play Houston Sunday in Sacramento. Then they play Milwaukee next Tuesday night.
I need the fighting Jalen Greens.
Then they play the Lakers on a back-to-back next Wednesday. Then they have the Knicks. They have the Grizzlies. So they have a 6-game homestand coming up. Then they got to go north of the border to Toronto. You play Washington, Orlando. You got Philly, Dallas, Utah, Clippers, New York, Boston, Brooklyn, OKC, New Orleans, Phoenix, and Portland. So being in the top 6, Shasky, it's doable. But just handle your own business.
It's just really hard to jump multiple teams over even a 3-4 week period in the NBA. I want people to understand it's not like Major League Baseball. We're like, 6 days. You jumped 5 spots. Like, it doesn't happen like that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
But if you go on a tear here and some things fall your way and then you win these head-to-heads, that's why when we were going through the schedule yesterday, you're bringing up San Antonio. I'm like, no, you have to win all the San Antonio matchups.
No doubt. Like, there was one, I was like, I'm looking at schedule losses or whatnot. Maybe I'm overthinking it there. But look, if
they might shut down Victor.
They might shut down Victor Wembanyama because they're going to be in the sweepstakes for the number 1 pick.
Again.
Popovich don't mind doing that. I'll tell you right now,
Some might say that his greatest coaching has been the last couple of years in terms of navigating the tank.
Now, listen. I'll say this, Warrior fans. If I was you, I may bet heavy on the Warriors Saturday night. Because that win, my Pops will probably already call Kerr. Like, Kerr, dude, we're going to play with you for like 20 minutes. Nah, man, you got this. We're trying to do some other things here. We're not trying to win basketball games. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of bets, gentlemen, the Warriors currently have the 8th best odds now to win the NBA championship. Can you name the 7 teams in front of them?
This is the whole NBA.
Correct.
All right, let's
Warriors
start at the top.
8th best
I'm going to go
odds.
to the top.
This is via Bovada.
Yeah.
They are at plus 2,500 right now. If you bet $100, you win $2,500.
Celtics.
Correct. They are the favorites right now at plus 231.
All right.
Denver's right up there, plus 450. Minnesota now dropped a little bit. They have the 5th best odds at plus 1,800. OKC right behind them, tied with them, I should say, at plus 1,800. Milwaukee is the 4th best odds, correct? So those two, you guys are batting 1,000 right now.
Okay.
Plus 800 from
Clippers.
Clippers have the 3rd. Yep.
Wow.
Right
Why
there.
are the Clippers so high?
They have a good record.
So that's 6 teams, right?
Yeah. I
one
wrote them all
more in
down.
front of the Warriors you need to get.
Yeah.
One more. This one might be the one that's a little tricky.
It's the Lakers.
Nope.
Whoa.
Lakers are behind. They're at plus 20.
I just figured the LeBron factor.
No, they stink.
New Orleans?
Nope.
No.
Phoenix.
Yes.
Phoenix
Suns are right above them at plus 18.
So I'm looking at it here. So you got Celtics. That's your East. Milwaukee in the East, and then Denver, Minnesota, OKC, Clippers, Suns.
Correct. So you got the Celtics at plus 235, the favorites. Nuggets and Clippers both at plus 450. The Bucks at plus 800.
See, I think the Clippers are, to me, they're faulty, so I'm crossing them out. This is why I'm saying to you, B, I know it sounds aggressive and absurd, and it's probably not going to come to fruition. I'm targeting that 5 seed. I'm targeting that 5 seed.
Well, I don't mind not being the 5 because that means, I'm not saying I don't fear the Clippers, but I'd rather play Minnesota or OKC in the first round. So I don't mind being 6 or 7 because Denver's going to take the top spot. That pressure's getting to OKC and Minnesota. Denver's getting the number 1 seed. I want to play either the Thunder or the T-Wolves in the first round. I'm not scared of the Clippers, but I'd rather stay on the 4 or 5 range because even if you beat the Clippers, all of a sudden you look at Denver in the second round.
I don't care when I play Denver.
I'd rather play Denver in the West Finals. A little wear and tear on them. The Warriors are the deeper team. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Even though we're the older team?
Yeah, but you got but the minute allocation. These guys only play Denver's guys play, I think, a lot more. Let me see Denver's minute allocation here. But their bench is a lot shorter than the Golden State Warriors bench here. And you look at Jokic, he's averaging 34 minutes a game. Okay, you got Porter Jr. at 32, KCP at 32, Eric Gordon at 32, Jamal Murray at 31 and a half. And then after that, there's a big drop-off. Like Reggie Jackson plays 22 minutes a night. Christian Brown plays 19 minutes a night. Peyton Watson, 18. But after that, they don't really play a lot of guys. So I would rather stay away from the Clippers in the first round. Even though I don't fear the Clippers, I think the Warriors could beat them. But I'd rather play OKC and the T-Wolves and just hit them with a barrage of threes and some balance and some JK dunks. I feel really good about those matchups.
All right, so after last night's game, you came steaming in here, ear-to-ear smile, and you said, they don't need a number 2. They got Steph. They don't need a clear-cut number 2. Why do you say that?
Because the ball movement. The ball movement will help guys get theirs. Now, Kuminga's probably going to be that de facto number 2. And he was 9 of 14 last night, took the second most shots on the floor for the Golden State Warriors. And his way of getting to the rim and putting pressure on the rim and getting those paint points, it's very important for the Golden State Warriors moving forward. Having that offensive balance. Again, we talk about balance offensively. 39 of their shots came from 3. They took 91 total shots. That tells me there are a lot more balance and a lot more patience. Yeah. Not settling for the 3-point shot and getting 3-point crazy here. And they average over 43s a game when it comes to attempts. I like that number 39. But the ball movement last night, like Kuminga, when he popped, he was balling yesterday. And obviously, he set the tone in the first quarter.
Awesome.
But once that ball started moving, you got TJD as touches. You got GP2 as touches. You got Clay as touches. So guys are going to be presented with open shots all night long because of this ball movement. And they may not be JK. It may be a little more Clay. It may be a little more Wiggins. They may try to force Draymond to shoot it. And yesterday, Draymond Green takes 11 shots and scores 12 and makes it 2 threes. So that's why I don't think, did we really feel like that championship year was Wiggins that bona fide number 2 option offensively?
Not as a scorer.
You were
expecting more from JP, actually.
Right.
You were expecting more. I'm not saying he delivered every single night, but no, I think you were, and you were expecting more from Clay, right? Because we didn't know what Clay was. He was just coming back, and I'm with
Clay
you.
was fine.
No, he was, but I'm saying you were like, is he going to replicate what he was in 2019?
Like on default, JK is a number 2 option, right?
Absolutely.
But I don't think I'm just not hell bent on you got to have a 1-2 punch. There's Steph. And Steph's going to open it up for everybody.
I kind of like that.
And he's going to open it up for guys like JK. The strength of numbers mantra, that baby might be back, Shasky.
Well, it's strength in rookies, as I steal from Evan Giddings a little. It is. All the young guys. Watching Moses Moody play like a man possessed the last few times that he's been out there, it's been awesome to see.
It is.
The guy is really, he feels like he's playing and fighting for every second on that floor. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that. And I think that's the way he should be attacking this thing. He's trying to you say this to kids, when you get an opportunity, you got to seize on it. I mean, that's literally what this guy's doing. He's got very few runways.
No doubt. Let's